What up, y'all? I'm back for another video. Today we are doing the. I'm finally finishing off the Bad Boys movie with the third Bad Boys movie. Oh, it's weird. It's in weird order because I did the first one, then technically I did the fourth one, then I did two. Now I'm doing three. But I gotta say, the Bad Boys movies have been really consistent. I think that's like one of the more consistent franchises if you think about it. Because I don't think there's been a bad movie. But anyway, so before we get into that, so I'm gonna be doing this today. Tomorrow I'm gonna review the Bike Riders. I do plan on watching In a Violent Nature. I'm gonna probably put that on after this video. And then I plan on reviewing it. Okay, we'll see. I'll see how tomorrow. Probably not tomorrow. Yeah, probably not tomorrow. I'll probably review it Monday. So what I think I'm gonna do, Pumpkinhead 3. I'll do like if I'm off Monday, like, and I don't have to work Monday, then like Monday afternoon we'll do Pumpkinhead 3. You know what? No, I think what I'll do, I'm gonna watch Pumpkinhead 3, but I don't know if I'm gonna review it. I might just not. I might just only do the first two Pumpkinheads, because it seems like just from the bit I watched the Pumpkinhead 3, even just the trailer of it too. I don't know if I'm gonna review it. I might just I'll probably mention it in the video I do that day. So Monday, instead of doing that, I'll do In a Violent Nature, because I'm gonna watch that. I plan on watching that today. I would do it tomorrow, but I do want to review Bike Riders, so I'll do a review of that tomorrow. Monday we'll do In a Violent Nature, but I will give my thoughts on Pumpkinhead 3. Tuesday, because I really enjoyed doing the rewriting of the Jurassic World trilogy, why not do I'm not going to do a trilogy, because the next trilogy I'm going to rewrite is the Halloween one, and that won't be till obviously like we get closer to October and stuff. But what I might do is a rewriting of Terminator Dark Fate, and I feel like I can come up with something better. And I will just say it right now, it's going to be a rewrite from it's not going to be right like I did with the Jurassic World trilogy where I'll keep elements from now. This one is going to be straight up a rewrite, in the sense of I'm going to come up with a different scenario and all that. So we'll do that one on Tuesday. Wednesday, for Bad Movie Wednesdays, or if I end up doing it on Thursday, we will do Santa with Muscles with Hulk Hogan. Thursday, I plan on doing, since it's 4th of July, there is a horror movie called Uncle Sam. A lot of people don't know about it. I haven't seen it all the way. I've seen people react to it. So to see I'm gonna watch the whole thing. And it is exactly what you expect. It's pretty much killer Uncle Sam. You know, Uncle Sam, the 4th of July mascot. So I'll be doing that. And then on Friday, unless things change, I will be finally doing the OG Planet of the Apes. Because I don't think I plan on seeing anything. Oh, wait, never mind. I might be seeing Maxine. So we'll see, because who knows? I might still do Planet of the Apes on Friday, and we'll just do Maxine on the weekend. So we'll see. But anyways, Bad Boys 3. Bad Boys 3, I remember it being announced back in 2019 technically, and I was like, I don't know if this is going to be good. Does it really need a third film? I really enjoyed the second one. But to be honest, I really love Bad Boys 3. And it's funny because it came out right after Rise of Palpatine. And just watching it, I'm like, my God, the fact that this is a better return than Star Wars is pathetic. You know, Marcus and Mike coming back, Mike and, it ties into his family, because we find out that he had a girlfriend he used to date who ended up having a child, which obviously we know Armando, who actually ends up shooting Mike in the film. And then you find, the fact that you find out it was his son. I didn't like it at first. I'll be honest. That was the only element I really didn't like. I also don't really love that Marcus was like, no, I'm no Mike. I'm not coming with you with the mission. I always kind of had beef with that's one of the things I'll say four had a little bit over three is they didn't separate Mike and Marcus. They kept them together throughout the entire film. But I do like the new characters like Rita, um, Vanessa Hudgens' character Kelly, Dorn, like all those new characters. Rita, Mike's girlfriend, like all those new characters were great. Um, I like the tie-in. Um, the way they modernized it was well done. It was funny. That is how you do a comeback. And I remember being like just seeing in theaters like, wow, this was actually good. I don't think it's amazing, but I think this is how you do a comeback. I'm like, the fact that this was a better comeback than Star Wars. I hate to say it, the only reason I was comparing it because this is a month after Rise of Palpatine. This was January 2020, like obviously right before the scamdemic and all that shit. So to see this movie actually be great, it's like holy shit, you know. So overall, love this movie. I love the dynamic between him and the new team. This is the thing. This is how you do a comeback. You have a new characters. You don't have them constantly put down the originals. You even have a funny scene where like they're singing the Bad Boy song and they're like, no, we're never doing that again. Mike and Mark is like, nope, we're not doing that. It's like some of the funniest shit. And this was the last film that actually had the original Teresa. So I love Bad Boys 3. I think it's a fun watch. I think four is a little bit better, but I do think three is still a good movie. I'd probably give this one like I think I gave four like a almost a nine. I give it like an 8.5 or 8.9. So I give this one like an 8.5. I think, or like an 8. I'll give this one a flat 8. I think I'm not a. I do like the villain. I think she was good. Mike's ex. Isabel, I thought she was pretty creepy. I don't really care for Armando in this because obviously he was just supposed to be the villain, so he's kind of one note in this movie until the reveal. He doesn't really get good until the fourth film, but overall, I like Bad Boys 3. I still think this is a good way to do a return. It still ties into the other movies. I love some of the action scenes, especially towards the finale when they get to Isabel's house. It's very well done. So, Bad Boys 3, like I said, I'd give like a 9, like an 8.5. So, no, I think I gave Bad Boys 4 like a 9. So, yeah, I give this one like an 8. So, love Bad Boys 3. Tomorrow, like I said, I'll be doing Bike Riders. I really enjoyed that. It's not like, don't think it's not Sons of Anarchy. It's more of a like drama, but it's very well done. It's one of those movies you're gonna go in watching more for the character performances. Jodie Comer or Comer, I don't know how to pronounce her name. She was great. Austin Butler, Tom Hardy was great. It's a very dramatic film. It's not too long. It's like an hour and 47 minutes, but it's still really good. The story's good. It's just one of those movies. Just go in expecting more. Like you're watching for the performances, not necessarily you're watching because it's a great like character piece. But yeah, overall, one of my favorite films this year. Definitely, I'll be talking about that tomorrow. I wasn't gonna originally review it tomorrow. If I rub my neck a lot, it's because my neck kind of hurts. Sorry about that. I'm gonna try not to do that this video, but if I do, that's why. But overall, really enjoy Bike Riders. So I figure, why not? I always go on about like why not talk about good stuff that comes out. So I'll follow my own advice. So we'll be doing a Bike Riders review tomorrow. Um, it depends. Part of me wants to do it during the day, but I might be doing something during the day, so I don't know. So if I don't do it during the day, it'll be like in the evening, like this time. So, anyways, let's get into Bad Boys 3. So anyway, the movie opens up. We see Armando kill a couple people. Because this is set a couple, obviously. A little bit of time has passed since. Well, a lot of time has passed since. It says 17 years here on his wiki. After the events of Bad Boys 3, 2. After Bad Boys 2. So, we're introduced to Armando, does a killing. So we see Mike. This is actually really the start of the film. Mike and Marcus start as the birth of Marcus's grandson. Because of this causes Mike to basically retire. Sorry about that. Shit fizzes out. And he pretty much tells Mike he's about to retire and he can't do this anymore. So during a party, Mike ends up getting shot, which is pretty sad to watch. I remember watching this the first, holy shit, is he gonna die? Which he doesn't. And he wants revenge. And Mike this is where the part of the film I'm a little come on, when Marcus doesn't want to do it. I get it, what they were going for, but I don't like that they were separated for a little bit. I really didn't. That's why I do put 4 a little bit over this one, just straight up, because Marcus is Mike's boy. I feel like Marcus would have been okay, this one last time. And then you could have still do 4 and just do something else that have him come out of it, So I really just felt like I didn't like that aspect of it. I do like the new team. I like that Rita was introduced. She was Mike's former love interest. And we were introduced to Kelly and Dorn. Who because in this film, I think it's another case where I think Dorn's a bit better than 4, because in this one, he doesn't want to kill people, because he looks like he's a big hoss, but he doesn't want to kill anybody. So, we see Captain Howard for a little bit, who I love seeing him in this film. He ends up trying to retire. There's a scene between him and Mike, and then Mike ends up getting killed. Not Mike. Fucking Howard ends up getting killed in front of Mike, which obviously we get Mike's arc in the 4th one. And then we get a scene where one of Mike's snitches tells Marcus that someone's trying to kill him, but by the time they get to him, he already ends up getting killed. So this is where Mike and Marcus reconvene, and there's a funny scene where they have to leave the baby with Teresa, even though she's on vacation, which was pretty funny. And this was still the original Teresa by this point, so that was a pretty funny scene. And I still think they had great chemistry, and that's like in the 4th film, Mike and Marcus don't miss a beat at all, man. They feel like it's like Will Smith and Martin Lawrence just it's like they right back in the. It felt like it's like Bill and Ted, It's like they put even though Keanu Reeves hadn't done Ted in a while, it's like it felt like a glove. He felt like he was that character again. Same thing with these guys. They still had that great chemistry together. They were funny. Howard's death hit, man. I'm not gonna lie. When he first died, it's like, holy shit. When he first died, it's like, bro. It was sad to watch because, it was right in front of Mike. And obviously we find out the reveal of his son. I kind of get why they were trying to go for that plot a little bit. I didn't really care for it at the time, but now that, with the 4th film, it works better, So Marcus is out of retirement now, so now he's part of the team. So we find out that Mike reveals to Marcus that Armando might be his son. And we even before that, we see a scene that that Armando has a shot on Mike, but he doesn't want to take it because there's a civilian in the way. So you even see it, even in that scene, that Armando has a little bit of like honor. He doesn't just kill just to kill, you know? So we find out that Mike had an affair with a girl named Isabel who was involved in the cartel, who actually they ended up hooking up together. This was a job where Mike was undercover. They ended up falling in love. Obviously, it led to them having a kid. And at the time, I'll be honest, I wasn't a fan of it. I was like, do we really need a bastard kid plot? But this is one of the times it worked, especially by, having watched the fourth film at this point, it works. At the time, I'll be honest, I wasn't a fan of it. I was like, do we really need this right now? Like, but I still think Isabel was a good bad guy. I think she was great. I'm not gonna lie, she was a little hot, but she was still a good bad guy. They didn't make her a sympathetic villain. They didn't do none of that weird shit like they do with a lot of villains now. Like she was actually a straight up bad guy, you know? And I'll say this, we're like, if you want to call it like a wedged in plot, it fit, It added to Mike's character. It didn't like necessarily destroy him. And like I said, the scene where like the team, like the ammo team starts singing the Bad Boys theme, you got fucking Mike and Marcus like, you're never doing that again. That was actually pretty funny. Like that was a way to fuse like new characters and classic characters together, and it didn't feel forced. They weren't putting down the characters, and I know I shouldn't be comparing this a lot to Rise, but it was just Rise of Palpatine came out like a month before this, so it was just hard not to compare it. And you just see these legacy characters being treated with respect. I'm like, it's fucking Bad Boys. I love Bad Boys. It should not be better than Star Wars. It shouldn't be a better like return and better respect to legacy characters and all that. It was just like, bruh, how is this better? Like, how? Like, this fused new characters and legacy characters, and they weren't treated like the legacy characters weren't treated like shit. It's like, come on. So they end up devising a plan where Marcus and Ammo join together, and they do like where Mike goes undercover and meets with Isabel. Goes bad, obviously. The big action scene in the end, which I'm not gonna lie, that action sequence is great at their place. Like, that's one of these things. Like, I will say, like, I really love that they adapted it to time in that sense, where like, okay, we can do better fight scenes now. We're in 2020. We're in the 2020s. We can do great action scenes. I think it carried over into the fourth film, where the action scenes were great. Like, they used the use of drones and the big cinematography shots. Where I'm not gonna lie, don't get me wrong, I love the first two Bad Boys films, but they didn't go in that like direction because it wasn't that time where you can have like uber cinematography action shots, but they adapted to the time, and they did it. It was well implemented. It didn't feel forced. It didn't feel like cringe. It was like, oh wow, I love these action scenes. So we get a scene where Mike confronts Armando. Where at this point Armando, obviously he knows Armando's his son, so he's like, I'm not gonna fight you. So you get like Armando just kind of beating on him for a bit. Mike, Marcus comes in, and then we find out eventually, like after a while of beating on him, Armando's like demands the truth from his mother, and we get the reveal, and she still tries to have him kill his father, but he refuses. And then She ends up trying to obviously shoot Mike, but then she ends up shooting her son instead. And then Rita shoots Isabel because obviously her and Mike have a thing. Which, that's what's. I'm going to rant about this really quick. Sidebar. I really hated what they did with 4. I like Bad Boys 4, but I don't really like that they split him and Mike and Rita up. I felt like they had great chemistry even in this film. And just. I'm just going to spoil. Even the ending where they kind of teased them together. You know, they even, rant like, oh, I'm going to come over. We're going to drink and all that. They pretty much tease that her and Mike are together, and just for her to be like, them to be broken up in the next film just because of plot was kind of lame. I like 4, I just don't like that aspect. So, because I felt like Mike and Rita had really good chemistry, and they were setting it up well pretty much in this film, and then definitely by the end, So, Rita ends up shooting Isabel, and then we get to the end. Rita's captain. Mike and Marcus become in charge of ammo. Armando's in prison, but they come and visit him, obviously setting up his relationship with Mike in Mike and Armando's relationship in the 4th film. And it teases like Mike and Rita are together. They literally do. And everyone leaves, and then Mike, Mike's left to babysit and get a funny scene of them in the end. I love Bad Boys 3. I actually really enjoy it. I watched this with my friend Calman and Tyler a couple of weeks ago, and I really like Bad Boys 3. I think 4 is a little better, but I really do like 3. Sorry if you're some fucking sirens. Not gonna lie, man, I really like this film. I didn't think I'd like it as much because I didn't know what to go in expecting with this one, because I'm like, because even at this point, you already had franchises that had come back from like, over double-digit years, and it's all shit. Terminator, Dirt Fate was a couple months before this. You had the Predator, all these franchises that came back, they were all pretty bad. So I was worried that this was going to be another one, and this was actually really good. Sorry about that. I did not mean for that to happen. But, yeah, I didn't think I'd like this as much as I did. And I really think this is one of the best entries. I recommend it. It's not a perfect movie, but it is a good one. So, anyways, guys. Bad Boys 3 is really good. Bad Boys for Life, or whatever you want to call it, is really good. So, I give this one a 8 out of 10. Bad Boys 4, I'd give a 9. Yeah, I think all the Bad Boys movies have been pretty consistent. So, I can say, like, the franchise has been pretty consistent. So, but anyways, guys, tomorrow I will be doing a review for the Bike Riders. Figure why not do a good movie, So if you hear noises like that, it's almost 4th of July, so you got people setting off fireworks and stuff. But anyways, guys, I really enjoyed this, so. Anyways, guys, talk to y'all later. Bad Boys 3 is great. I recommend it. Tomorrow, we'll be reviewing the Bike Riders. And yeah, talk to you guys later. Peace.